So let me first go to the website. All right, so here's the famous website. Um, and we're on vulnerability. And two things to look out for. One, if you go to discussions and scroll down to vulnerability, we see that we have group one medical students, group two drug users. Let me ask you, I could see both groups. If you have access this screen, are you able to see both groups or just the group that you're in?
I'm only able to
Just
see the group I'm in.
same.
Right. Okay, good. So only the group that you're in. Very good. Excellent. So if I click on one group, then you could see you have a regular discussion forum. Having said that, once you roll up your sleeves and get into the Google Doc, um, there's no reason to need the discussion forum except for like deciding who's going to uh, prepare the consensus document and other stuff. So I'm not saying don't use the discussion forum, but a, a lot of the major aspects will be on the Google Doc, but by all means, use the discussion forum here. So discussions will take you to the discussion forums. Now, if you click on tools onto groups, you'll see your group. I see both groups, obviously. So if you click on this group, you could uh, where is it? Let me. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. So here, if you're only going to see one group, but here, if you click on email, you could email to the whole group or to just few of the people in in your group if you wanted to send out a mass email. So again, you could click on groups to send out an email or click on discussions and you scroll down and you could have a discussion forum. Okay. Any questions about that?
No.
Hmm.
Okay. All right, good. Um, so now the Google Doc. Is there anybody on this call now who's in the vulnerability group?
Which one?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Drug users.
I am.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So have you had the time to access the Google Doc?
I wasn't able to.
What do you mean?
Well, it wants you to log in with a Google email, and so like I can't log in with my CUNY email, and then when I log in with my Gmail email, I don't have access to that email. So there was a button that said request access, so I clicked on that.
So, Maria, how did you upload uh, the
I
Google Doc
can
on your?
I can show you. Would you like me to share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, so let me go to my Google. I went to my drive.
Oh, someone's trying to sneak in.
Do you see my screen?
No,
No.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
We see it now.
No.
Okay.
Now, are you logging into CUNY or?
No, I'm logging into my Google account. So I went to my drive.
All right, and then
This is 650. Okay, so here I went up and I uploaded here in new,
Mm-hmm.
and then you choose file upload.
Mm-hmm.
Let me use this template was here yesterday. Keep both files. Okay, so upload. I'm gonna change the name for this one so that my group doesn't get confused.
right.
Let's say group 2.
Oh, you
Okay, and
uploaded
then
the vulnerability. I'm sorry, oh, okay.
and then I went here on the 3 dots, and then you say share, and here you say people with access. So here you choose anyone with a link, and then here you have to say editor. And then when I say done, it should work.
Right, yes. Okay. So that's an alternative way to upload it on a Google Drive because there seems to be some problems accessing Google Docs. So, Nancy, or is it Lupita?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have um, a Google Drive?
Yes, I do. I have a Gmail account.
Oh, okay. So, do you want to upload the drug users doc?
Yes, I could do that and I can share it with my team. That's not a
Okay,
problem.
problem
Very
solved.
wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, great, fantastic. And um, if you have time to do it tonight, that'd be great. So now um, another problem solved. So let me share my screen. So this is what Maria and Leslie have done, right? This is your
Yes, that's
first
ours. Mhm.
first attempt, which is great. Okay, so Leslie first um Leslie scored this cognitive, gave it 2+ and 0, and she wrote down a comment here. Now, Maria, you wrote a comment, but do you agree with the same score?
I thought I had just to write the comment, so I have to put my score. I'll do that.
Yeah, right. So, what what would be your score? You could always change it.
Let's say 0 and
Okay.
3.
And
And then 3 plus. Yeah.
yeah, right. So you could somehow, you know, let me right. So something like this. And right, so now um there's 6 or 7 students in each group, so this may get rather long, but that's okay. the other thing is that not everyone needs to make a comment on every type of vulnerability. If somebody writes something that's really good on 3, you could get full credit. If you write something that's very brief, you may want to tackle more types of vulnerability. But this is this is really good. So here's Leslie with her remark. And now, when somebody makes a statement, one could address what other people have written. So let's say somebody, please don't assume that individuals with drug use problem have a cognitive, oh, I'm in institutional. Sorry. I'm going to erase this anyway. So, say, and then you could, please don't assume have a cognitive deficit. And then, one could be putting, I think it's 1+, and if anything, I think medical students aren't as smart as they think they are. Okay. And I'll give them 4+. Okay. So now the other thing is one could add a comment and say, and add a comment about this. So, you know, okay, so this makes it more interactive. And so, and well, maybe I could say, direct it to the specific comment. Leslin, that's obviously not right. So you could always edit, obviously, and save, and other people could reply to this comment as well. So here you have a running discussion going on in this side area with the comments. So again, one could click and add the comment. One could also add a comment here as well. And so questions so far? I mean, does this seem somewhat straightforward once you see it in action?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good answer. I like that answer. Okay.
I just have one question regarding the rating. That's something that our group has to come to a consensus, correct? Based on the ratings that we are assigning to each vulnerability.
Right, yeah, so good question. Now, it's possible to have a majority opinion and a minority opinion. So let's say 5 students, um, um, let's say, gave all three um, threes and fours. I'm not expecting any involved statistical analysis. So if everyone gave 3 and 4 for this column, you could say, well, it looks like 3. But if somebody like me gave it a 1 plus, one could denote a minority opinion. How's that?
That's good. That answers the question. Thank you.
Okay. Let me also let me bring this up again. Let me see if I could find it. Oh yeah, here it is. So this is an example from a few years ago, and no. So here I agree with Alice. That's supposed to be that, but anyway, so here's the scores, and you could see how the scores line up with the comments, and then you have a final rating here, and it seems like it's pretty much 4 overall and a plus, because one person voted a plus. Again, as I said before, well, one could have a majority opinion and a minority opinion, and with the consensus, just put in a sentence or two regarding the major the, the major what I'm trying to say, the major opinion, the major reason. I mean, yeah, one, it's like a summary statement. Okay. How's that? Does that?
Sounds good.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Yes.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, good. So I think the major issues were accessing the documents and then trying to see how this works in action. Um, so any questions? This is not your last chance. Could always ask it later.
I'm sure we'll have some questions later.
Absolutely. And I'm going to be monitoring both groups, and I might add a few comment questions. Are you sure about this? Okay. Uh, um, so I will keep a close tab on what you guys are doing. And let me just say that in these last 5 weeks, all of you have done a magnificent job. You are overloading me with your posts. Don't stop. Okay. So anyway, all right. So
Thank
Sorry,
you.
Professor, I have one last question.
sure.
Should we share the Google Doc with you as well, or do you just
On
want to see the final version?
good question. No. Um, yeah, send me the link. Like I could access the one that Maria put up. So when you create the doc in the Google Drive, send me the link. Okay. All right. And I promise I won't be too intrusive. Okay. How's that? All right. So when should the consensus document be prepared? Sunday night? Monday night? I don't want to destroy the weekends for you guys. You tell me.
Would it be possible to do Monday just for those who celebrate the holidays and just to give everybody a little bit of time? Because
Yes,
I'm sure they're
yes,
going to have
absolutely.
some issues accessing the document. And since we're going to be making additional comments and maybe, having to discuss what the final thoughts are for the rating, I think that if we could give us a little bit more time, that'd be great.
Absolutely. Monday it is. Um, I'm not a good negotiator, so Monday it is. And then uh well uh why don't we have it done by like around 6 o'clock on Monday? This way I could share both documents with both groups, and then people could look at what other people have said and make some, you know, uh, a few comments. And that would be done by Wednesday morning. How's that?
That sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you so
And
much for accommodating, Professor.
oh, not a problem. And in the meantime, I would encourage to look at the next module, which I'll change around to what I was planning for Thanksgiving week. And well, it was a module. Well, it's just an assignment, not a discussion forum. So if you want to start looking at it, that's fine. It's not terribly involved, but that's me saying it. But trust me. Okay. All right, good. So I'll edit this uh, recording a little bit and send out the link to everyone. So thank you very much for joining. I did not want to do this myself because I don't have any questions about this project. Okay. All right, good. So
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Professor.
All right.
have a good evening.
You
Good.
too.
Too.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.